Welcome to the Michele Roy Show.
Hello and welcome once again to another Michele Roy Show. I am delighted you're here today and I hope we can talk a little bit about mental health. So whatever you do, my friend, just take a little time now to pause, to get yourself a little cup of water or tea or anything that you enjoy, and let's have this little chat together. Thank you once again for tuning in. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I know we're getting to the end of the month, and I hope you have been able to see different things and posts that people have made, and that you also took the time to just really look at yourself and see how are you doing. A lot of times we can forget that mental health is something that is invisible, yet so many people suffer from it. And I'm not immune to it. My journey with chronic pain has been very difficult, and my mental health really took a dive, especially at the beginning of my journey. And I wanted to share a few of those tips and things that have helped me in order that it can help you too. But most of all, what I really want you to take away from this little podcast, which is going to be short, is that you're not alone. There are other people that care for you and are there for you if you just let them know that you need help. Okay? So, the first point I wanted to bring out is awareness. How important for us to check in with ourselves each and every day to see how we're doing. I like to say that ask the real question. How am I really doing today? For me, something that helps is to journal. So in the mornings, sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit low, I like to journal and ask myself, how are you today, Michele? How are you really doing? What's going on? And then just letting my mind and my hands move, and it kind of releases. It helps me to be able to process how I'm feeling or what's going on in my mind. I don't know if this is something that can help you as well, but I find that having that awareness of how we're really doing, instead of forgetting how things can be difficult at times and just like shove it away or put that under the carpet, this didn't happen or whatever. Don't do that with your emotions. Take a look at it. Pause. Listen. Connect with yourself, because you do have the answers inside of you if you take the time, right? We have to take that time to connect and to learn about ourselves. So my first tip is creating awareness. And maybe in the morning is one of the best times to do it. You're fresh. Or maybe you're not feeling so fresh. Yeah, just that time just to ask yourself how you're doing. And that way you can also help yourself have a better day. Because then you can see with love and with kindness what your day could look like and set an intention to make it better. So awareness is extremely important. Tip number 2 is regulation. We have to regulate our health, our mind, our body. And how do we do that? I suppose for different people, they can do different things to help them regulate their system. For me, I find breath work really helps. Even just the fact of putting my hand into my heart, taking a couple breaths, do it with me. It just calms me. I feel assured. I feel loved. I feel like my body, it's feeling warm again and cared for. So just that small gesture of placing my hand in my heart and connecting to my breath really helps me to regulate. And when I can regulate, my whole body and my system feels more at ease. Mental health is something that we struggle a lot with be it depression, anxiety, worry. Having these little strategies really help because it brings you back to the present, to what's happening right now. Even waiting for my tests and the results to happen and to come through, and this whole journey that's been very, very challenging, I have to regulate myself. I have to show myself that loving kindness and just, hey, Michele, you're okay. Don't worry. It's all going to come together in the right time. I'm here for you. Showing myself that love, that tenderness, and that kindness really helps me to not only distract myself, but show myself kindness during the times that my mind can go and start fretting, right? So regulation's also really key point. And that's a simple thing, just hand to heart, a small little talk to your own self, and show yourself that love, that kindness that you deserve. Each of us deserve that. So we do that to other people. Why can't we be kind to ourselves, right? We're kind toward the children, we're kind to our parents most of the time, and to our best friends. Can we offer that same kindness to ourselves? I know we can. Sometimes it takes a little bit more practice, but you get there. Self-compassion, it's really important. And regulation is something simple. Some people like to go into the garden and walk barefoot, ground themselves as part of regulation. Other people like to do a jog or a run. I mean, everyone's different. Wherever you are, see what works for you. And maybe you have some tips as well that you can share. I'd love to hear from you. And number 3, I think it's a really important step here. It's connection and support. Wow. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. Sometimes it's hard to be vulnerable and to open up and say, hey, I'm struggling. I need you to be here for me. I'm going through this or that. You know, in my journey, I had to do that a lot, even with my husband, who he loves me to bits and I love him to bits. Sometimes it's hard to have to say, hey, hon, I'm really not having a good time right now. But by opening up and sharing my story, he can understand me better and I can feel supported and loved and appreciated despite the chronic pain, despite what I'm going through. A lot of time we feel that there's nobody out there, nobody understands what we're going through. But the reality is that we're all human. And as human, we all go through human emotions. Yet, if we are able to be open and honest and explain our struggle to others, we can feel seen and understood and loved, and to see we're not alone. What is universal is personal is also universal, correct? So, share with somebody that you trust. If you need help, reach out. There's so many services out there as well. Reach out on Facebook if you have a friend or a community that can support you, that can understand you. You know, I have my book club, a Worthy Book Club, that they're amazing women that really uplift me. Maybe you have somebody like that or a very good friend. Let them know how you're really doing. Not just, I'm grand, it's okay. Oh, yes, I'm fine. And keep it all stuck in, right? Don't let anybody else see what's happening. And that's not good for anyone. It's not good for you. It's not good for those around you. Be open, be honest, and reach out. There's always someone that's out there willing to help you, but just let them know. That's something that's so important. Community, support, and that connection. I have it with my dance group. You know, I find myself feeling enveloped with love and kindness from that community. It's all these different pockets of friendships that you can have. I just wanted to say these little 3 tips, I suppose, that really helped me. I hope it can help you too. So just to recap, 3 things. 1, awareness. Bring awareness into your own life. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself, how are you really doing today? And maybe write it down. Gratitude really helps to do that. And write down the things that you're grateful for really sparks joy again. Number 2, regulation. Regulate yourself, maybe with breathing techniques, walking barefoot outside, connecting with nature. Just taking a little time to pause or hands on the heart really, really helps. And number 3, connection. Connection and support. Reach out to someone. And if it's not you, maybe you should reach out to somebody else and ask how they're really doing. You know, be that friend for other people. Especially if you're going through, it's not only those that are struggle with visible illness and chronic pain, but there are people grieving, lost their work, their loved ones. They're all also going through something. And maybe you can be a light in their life. Maybe you can be that person that supports them and brings them up. How about that? Well, my friends, thank you once again for taking this time to listen. Thank you for being part of my journey. And thank you for being here, for being you. I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Share this with a friend if you think it's going to help them. And let's try to raise awareness for those who are struggling right now with mental health. And if you're one of those people, remember you're not alone. there's always someone out there who will love you and wants what's best for you. So reach out and let them know. And also, don't forget, my book is out there as well, But You Look Just Fine. My journey through rediscovered joy through chronic pain and invisible illness. There's lots of goodies and information there how I found my joy again, and maybe it can be a support for you. Thank you, and may God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.
This was the Michele Roy Show.